Hey, what's going on, you guys? Depdoc here. Welcome back to another creative fighter video in UFC 4. Where today, by request, I have made Logan Paul. I'm going to teach you guys how to make him. But before I do, I really appreciate if you guys would please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more of these to come in the future. Lets me know if you guys like these. And here's your daily meme.
So we got a really cheap car. We got a ton of Spaghettios. I think they said it was like a fuel pump, fuel pumpy.
Fuel pump?
Running pretty fine for a couple days.
Oh man, you might have some issues, bro. That does not look like gasoline.
But this is a fuel pump.
Nope, this is a transmission jack.
And this is the fuel pump?
This is your tire. Somebody you, dude. Who put Spaghettios in your fuel tank, bro?
What do you mean?
There's Spaghettios in your fuel tank. There's food. That's Spaghettios.
And this isn't, that doesn't go?
No, look at that.
This is the fuel pump?
This is your fuel tank.
But the thing inside it is the fuel pump?
No, that's Spaghettios, bro. That's not supposed to be in there. That's food. That's not gas. That's nothing car related. That is not supposed to be there. Those are not fuel pumps. Those are Spaghettios.
Oh no.
There you go. Alright, so let's hop right into this. So, the fighter type. This time around, I made him a pressure boxer, not a powerhouse pressure. Like, for the last, few boxers, KSI, Floyd Mayweather, and Mike Tyson, I have all made them powerhouses because that's what they are. Logan Paul, what I've seen more of is he's more of a pressure fighter. He'll put pressure on you, but he doesn't have a lot of power. So that's what I've put it more to. Alright. So, general info. Male, 185. He weighs like 190 in real life, but like in this game, if you run like a fighter that's 190 in the light heavyweight division, you're just gonna turn out like how you're just not gonna have a good night in fighting. You're not gonna want to use them. So top of middleweight is really good. Height 6'2", Logan Paul. His nickname is Vicious because the Maverick's not available, and every other one doesn't really work for him, so why not? Logan Paul, born in Ohio, 26 years old, Orthodox, Tony Ferguson stance, and don't worry about walkout music, you can do that on your own. I just have mine turned off, so I can't really see it anyway. I hear it anyways. Alright, so appearance. I do want to say when we do get to the tattoos, you're going to understand that there's a lot of detail that I put into his body, his arms, his face, and everything just to make it perfect as what I think it would be. Alright, so for hair. His hair is 41. His eyebrows are 3. His facial hair is 13. And his body hair is 1, equaling no body hair. Body hair, now for his hair. Ginger is the color. Colors are really messed up in this game, so yeah. And they got auburn for his eyebrows. Light brown for facial hair, and dark brown for his body hair, which you can't even see, so don't even worry about that one. Now his head. Go with template number 38. We're going to go through the sculpting. Alright, so for his head, protrusion is 50, height is 54, size is 58. For his brow, shape is 61, height is 58, width is 75. Protrusion is 43. His eyes. Separation is 50. The height is 50. Separation, or symmetry. Separation is 54. Depth is 82. Zero fold. Shape's 100. Tilt is 66. His cheeks. The bulk is 38. The width is 6. And the position is 0. His ears. The protrusion is 53. The earlobe is 74. And the cauliflower ear is 0. He don't really have cauliflower ears since he's only been in like 2 fights. Alright, now his nose. The tip position is 33. Protrusion is 50. The bridge is 58. The break is 50. Position is 47. His tip protrusion is 49. His tip shape is 37. His tip width is 38. Nostril tilt is 81. Nostril size is 86. Nose width is 17. Moving on to the jaw. Depth is 50. Height is 20. Width is 0. Bulk is 28. His chin. The height is 33. The width is 70. Protrusion is 61. The mouth. Bite is 62. Corners are 50. Height is 60. Width is 55. Protrusion is 21. His lips. The tilt is 50. The upper lip is 34. And the lower lip is 27. Alright. You can pause the video anytime during that to get what you think is perfect. His eyes. They're gray. The body. Alright. The body type is 12, and his skin is 2. It matters what kind of, like, monitor you're using. Like, sometimes you would think that, like, 3 or 4 might be it. Like, they also kind of work for him. But 2 is, like, kind of, I think, perfect for him. Alright. I'm going to just say it right now. There's a lot of detail here. You don't have to put it all if you don't want to. But I'm just saying there's a lot of tattoos. I used the limited amount of tattoos to get perfect for Logan Paul. I'm going to move this a little bit because I was noticing it when we were doing his hair. There we go. Alright, so, whoops. We're going to start back at, all the way down at 1. I wish there was just a faster way to get through these menus, and there's not. It ticks way too slowly. Most of the stuff is for detail to his face, okay? This first tattoo, it's going to be a face tattoo. It is this one. It is Izuzumi 1. We put it over his face, and we lower the opacity as a lot. So where it's just very, like, seeable, where it just gives his face a little bit of, like, bitter look and detail. Now, this is shape 181. I didn't even know these shapes existed. You have to go all the way down to the bottom to find them. And basically what we're doing is that we're adding like little lines on his nose right here. You can see it right there. And then 3 is the same way on this side. 4 is underneath of his eye. 5 is on the underneath the other eye. 6 is basically an overlayer of 2. And the same thing for 7. 8, we go over his mouth. You know, like I lowered a lot of the density on these because I didn't want to make it like too dark, because honestly I feel like I don't want him to look like he has like his face beaten up. So we're like putting it in his mouth. 10 is around his eye to give his eye a little bit more of a red kind of color, like how eyes are, because without them your eyes don't really look too realistic in this game, and I even noticed that until, you know, experimenting. One thing I do want to say is that do not overdo it, because if you just, you know, keep it maxed out all the way, he kind of looks like he has eyeliner, and that's not really Logan Paul. On top, you add some red. You don't want to make him look like he has a fever, so you drop the opacity a lot. 13 is the corner of his lip on his left side, but it would be our right side looking. Same side for the left side for that. Alright, over his mouth and nose. Moving on to this, these are shape 118. It'll be underneath the eye for a little bit of darker looks for both sides. Then we go back to the black dots. This one's going to be over the little creme, connecting his mouth to his cheek. Same goes for this side. 20 is more red. It's going to go over his nose to give it a little bit more of color of red around it. 21 is black over it to cover a little bit more of a detail. 22 is for the upper corner of his head to cover over the red a little bit so it's not really seeable. Same thing for number 23. 24 is over the eye to give it a little bit more detail. We're just trying to get like every little bit of it. Alright, now moving on to 25. 25 is to make his eyebrows a little bit more detailed. It is Critter Font 9. it is the eye. Basically, it's adding a little bit more detail to his eye to make it a little bit darker and a little bit more realistic looking. And we follow the line, do it here, do it here, do it here, do it on that side, do it on that side, and then we're done with them. Then after that, you add like a little bit of a shadow from like an over crescent moon. Make it a little bit darker. You can make it as dark as you really want to. I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. Then on the side is a little black as like a mark on his forehead. Same for a little bit here. Actually, to be honest with you, I don't think 32 is supposed to be there. I think it's supposed to be a corner. Yeah. 36, more part of the shaft of the nose. Alright, now 37, I added a little bit of a trim of the beard with miscellaneous 4. It's supposed to basically give him a little bit of more of a flare of the beard, because nobody's beard's perfect. So I dropped it a little bit to make it like a little bit noticeable in there. Not too noticeable, but yeah. Then we got Izumi 3 again for the chin beard. 39 is as giving an extra tone, and 42. Moving back to the eye of Critter font, it's giving him a little bit of a mustache across the nose, or underneath the nose. So you just keep following the line. I think I used about 4 for this, and then I overcoated back again to make it a little bit more detailed. So a lot of this is just more to add detail to him, because the problem with like facial hair in this game is that it doesn't really exist, and base models for like creative fighters don't really exist either. Alright, now I added some yellow squares. I dropped the opacity a lot, so it's not super noticeable, because that's what it looks like. So I dropped it a lot. But you want to make it look like from a distance that his beard's blonde, because it's not black, because the tattoo is black. So we want to make it yellow. Same thing on both sides, just duplicate it and go back. Alright, this is for the side of the beard right here. What we want to do is that we probably want to extend. There we go. If you want to, you can add a little bit more of a tattoo there to extend his beard. Where the heck's the crest? Oh, okay, this is more working on his chest. So I just made a lot of crescent moons around his chest. I'm just going to go over them slowly. It's basically just go over all the indents in his chest. Like, that's the point. Just to make everything pop out a little bit more. And, I went really ham on this. You don't really have to if you don't want to, but like, when you put a lot of detail into something, you just want to make it look good. So that's what I was looking for more. So there's a lot of like crescent moons now. Whoops, we're on 68. See it there, 69 there, 70 here. I just kept going for a bit until I thought it was enough. Until I got it like over every crest, it kind of looked like. Then I overdid some because like I wanted to make it a little bit like darker. Like this one. And like they're a little bit different toned because I didn't like hit the duplicate button. Alright, now back to his facial hair. I can actually just like put that there. That looks a lot better. It's the same on that side. So I was just adding detail to his beard. But also, if you don't really want to do this, I do have a workaround for you guys. So I just spam this a few times to make that side a little bit darker. I might take a few of these and move it over to this side. I clicked it a lot just to make it look real because I was trying to stack it. But you want the sides to be equal. I'm not going to move anymore. Maybe I clicked it way too many times. Yeah, most of the stuff is just stacking on beard. It doesn't really look any different. Alright, now I added the shadow square. And what the shadow square does is it basically is like this black from the bottom. So basically it's giving him a dark tone at the stomach, and then upper it's just, you know, leaving a little bit of texture to show his chest off a little bit more. But he's kind of a whiter dude, so it doesn't really like show as much. Alright, then I have this tattoo to finish off his beard, to make it yellow. Then you have the one on the other side, right here, make it yellow. You got 92 covering on this side to make it, you know, yellow, like his beard. And now we're finally done with his facial hair and body. Now the left arm. The left arm, I added a true tone to make his hand a little bit darker in the glove because, you know, like shadows and stuff like that. And then the other side is the top. I mean, that's for that. Now the top, I added this because if I bring it back, it's like really dark, but I dropped it a ton to match with his skin color. But it's still there because you could see all the details there in his arm are put there thanks to like the black still being there and like, you know, filling in the holes of his arm. Next, I added one of this line to his arm, and then the one inside of his elbow, connecting his forearm to his arm, like that. Alright, then on the right arm, I did the same exact thing, but this connecting here, and then this connecting here, shadows, and then inside the elbow, and then at the top of the arm. I mean, really, I can move this down here, because that's where it was, on the other side. There we go. It's a lot better. Alright, so now moving on to clothing. I gave him the United States mouth guard. I gave him the blue gloves. And I gave him the basic beige shorts. I wanted to give him the United States shorts. I mean, I wanted to give him yellow ones. You can give him blue ones if you want to. I don't know. I don't know what it was, but like I just kept going through them, and I was like, you know what, beige looks good on him. Matches kind of with the skin color and kind of fits him. And I gave him blue gloves just because Floyd Mayweather on mine has red, so basically that's how it would work. Red versus blue most of the time when you're boxing. So yeah, or in the MMA fight. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this build for Logan Paul. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more builds like this. If you have any requests, leave them down in the comments. Yeah, guys, see you guys in the next one. See you guys later.